In the vast, unforgiving expanse of the American frontier, where the line between civilization and wilderness blurred into a haze of dust and blood, there existed tales that chilled the bones of even the most hardened souls. One such tale, whispered around campfires and saloons alike, was that of the phantom rider of Red Mesa, a specter born of greed, vengeance, and the unyielding spirit of the land itself. It was the summer of 1878 when Thomas Crane, a former Confederate soldier turned prospector, arrived in the burgeoning mining town of Coyote Creek, nestled at the base of Red Mesa in the Arizona Territory. The town thrived on the promise of silver, drawing men with dreams of fortune and the willingness to risk everything. Crane was no different, his past shrouded in the shadows of war, and his future pinned on the riches hidden beneath the earth. From the moment Crane set foot in Coyote Creek, an air of foreboding seemed to follow him. The Navajo people, native to the region, spoke in hushed tones of the Chindi, a vengeful spirit that guarded the mesa, punishing those who dared to disturb its sacred grounds. But Crane, driven by insatiable greed and a dismissive attitude toward superstitions, paid no heed to their warnings. Crane's obsession led him to the uncharted caves of Red Mesa, where he toiled day and night, driven by visions of wealth. Weeks turned into months, and his demeanor grew increasingly erratic. He spoke of whispers in the dark, shadows that moved on their own, and an oppressive presence that seemed to watch his every move. The other miners began to avoid him, sensing that something was amiss. One fateful evening, Crane emerged from the depths of the mesa, clutching a massive chunk of silver ore. His eyes gleamed with manic triumph, but his skin was pale and his hands trembled. He claimed to have found the mother lode, a vein so rich it would make him the wealthiest man west of the Mississippi. Yet with his discovery came an unsettling change in the atmosphere of Coyote Creek. The nights grew colder, and an unnatural fog descended upon the town, muffling sounds and distorting shapes. Residents reported hearing disembodied whispers carried by the wind, calling their names and luring them toward the mesa. Livestock were found mutilated, their bodies arranged in grotesque patterns that defied explanation. The Navajo elders reiterated their warnings, urging the townsfolk to abandon the mines and leave the cursed land, but their pleas fell on deaf ears. Then came the sightings. A ghostly figure mounted on a pale horse appeared atop Red Mesa, watching over the town with hollow eyes that glowed like embers. The apparition became known as the Phantom Rider, a harbinger of doom that sent chills down the spines of all who glimpsed it. Panic set in as miners began to disappear, their campsites found abandoned with tools scattered and fires still burning. Crane's behavior grew increasingly erratic. He barricaded himself in his cabin, ranting about the Chindi and claiming that the spirit was coming for him. One stormy night, his cabin was found in shambles, the door hanging off its hinges and the interior drenched in blood. Of Crane, there was no sign, save for a trail of blood leading toward the mesa. The townsfolk, gripped by fear and superstition, refused to search for him, believing that he had fallen victim to the curse he had unleashed. Coyote Creek descended into chaos as more residents vanished, and the Phantom Rider's appearances grew more frequent, its hollow gaze seeming to pierce into the very souls of those who remained. Desperation led to mass exodus. Families packed their belongings and fled under the cover of daylight, unwilling to face the horrors that lurked in the shadows. Within a month, the once thriving town became a ghost town, the echoes of pickaxes and laughter replaced by an oppressive silence. Travelers passing by Red Mesa spoke of disembodied cries carried by the wind and the distant sound of hoofbeats echoing through the night. The Phantom Rider remained a sentinel over the desolate land, a grim reminder of the consequences of greed and the desecration of sacred grounds. Today, Red Mesa stands as a testament to the legends of the Wild West, where the boundaries between the natural and supernatural blurred, and where the tales of vengeful spirits served as cautionary reminders of the respect owed to the land and its ancient guardians. While Coyote Creek faded into obscurity, the story of the Phantom Rider endures, a chilling chapter in the annals of frontier folklore. In the end, the tale of Thomas Crane and the Phantom Rider of Red Mesa serves as a haunting reminder that some treasures are best left buried, and that the spirits of the land are not to be trifled with. For in the unforgiving expanse of the American frontier, there are forces beyond mortal comprehension, and those who dare to challenge them do so at their own peril.